Welcome back, everyone, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. This is my career. I am now a Brigadier General, which is the same rank, by the way, that the Army Commander is. But, of course, he has had that rank for longer, so he outranks me. We have the ability to recruit new regiments to our brigade, which is pretty awesome. And it does cost a little bit of prestige to do that, but not a problem. We're going to recruit a new Ohio. Oh, we can't because... well, we could do it if we draft them. How much will that cost? 178 prestige. We have 227, so let's do it. We're going to recruit some draftees from Ohio to be, it's going to be the 59th Ohio, and we'll have them in 21 days. Reno's battery is going to be back. It's only going to gain 1 gun, so that didn't really do us a lot of good. 6 guns must be the largest we can do at the moment. We do have the ability to replace commanders if we so choose as well. But there's not really a reason to do that unless we've got some issue where we feel that's necessary. But we're going to be settling into winter quarters here pretty soon. I'm not expecting a lot of action in the next couple of months. Well, no sooner had I mentioned the fact that McDowell was a Brigadier General than it appears there have been some promotions. McDowell's a Major General, as is Daniel Tyler, our Division Commander. Looks like David Hunter got a promotion. Hentelman's still a Brigadier. But I'm curious to see if any of our fellow brigade commanders in our division got promotions, because they were all colonels last I checked. Yep, Keyes is Brigadier General, Quinby. So it looks like as soon as I got a promotion, everybody else wanted one too. So now that's happening. We're into November. We appear to have a large Confederate force headed our way. It's going to be pretty even odds here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I don't think we have our new regiment yet, so... we'll fight with what we've got. Okay, we're going to be on the left side of our division, and it does look like the Confederates are coming down this road, and so now the other units that are with us are going to move up into the woods next to us. So we're going to end up holding kind of the center of the line, though I don't expect he's going to hit us here. He'll probably head down that road, so we may be in an opportunity where we can kind of jump out and hit him on the flanks. But we're going to prepare for action and then see what happens. I might actually move out to the edge of these woods because it looks like the rest of our units are moving out too. Okay, we've been told we can engage at will, and it looks like one of the other brigades decided to go Leroy Jenkins right into the middle of the lines there. So we may have to get up there and try to offer them some help. My artillery is already engaged. My skirmishers are engaged. I wouldn't mind heading up to the edge of these woods to try and engage the enemy as best I can. And it looks like the rest of our army is going to do likewise. Pretty even numbers. We have a slightly higher number. Our morale's not as good as the enemy, though, so hopefully we can drive off a few of these units. 75th Georgia. Looks like we're facing... this is going to be kind of a mess just because of these woods. So the 1st Ohio is right here, and they're engaged. They did issue another patch for the game, and with this one of the features, and I didn't even know this was a thing anyway, is that if you take control of a unit that's already engaged in combat, you don't gain any prestige for that unit. You can only take control of units before they get into combat, so something to keep in mind moving forward. And I'm going to pull my skirmishers back in. Looks like one of my fellow units, the 53rd Pennsylvania, already got broken. James Ledley, no freaking wonder they broke. No lie, probably the worst division commander in the Union Army historically. He's the guy who led the debacle attack at the crater at Petersburg and was probably hiding drunk somewhere during the fight. Was relieved after the battle. Just absolutely abysmal performance in that battle. Alright, we have a Georgia cavalry unit bearing down on us here. But so far, so good. Nice to have that Maryland battery under Jesse Reno back in the action. 24-pounder howitzers. They can do some real damage, especially up close like this. do have a lot of Confederates out there, so I'm a little worried about that. With the woods, it's kind of difficult to see what's going on. I'm really kind of better off looking at this view here. Alright, we broke the 75th Georgia. I'm waiting for all of my skirmishers to come back in. Looks like they're still working on that. Alright, I'm going to pull the 2nd Ohio over here to the left. And then we just need to sit tight, I think, for a while. Casualties are about even on both sides. Confederate morale is dropping from the units that have broken already. We do have another Confederate brigade bearing down on us. I'd like to drive off these Georgians before these guys hit me. Hopefully the 2nd Connecticut can deal with them, because we're definitely going to be facing it here in a minute. Oh good, the Georgians are falling back. Wonder how we're doing so far. I feel like we probably haven't taken a lot of casualties, but we're inflicting a lot. I'm what, the 2nd Brigade? I think I'm the 2nd Brigade, yep. So we've inflicted 165 casualties. And how many have we taken in that time? Not a one. Yeah, we'll take that every time. Because so far we weren't really the focus of any of the enemies that were moving in on us, but that is going to change here in a minute. Alright, we've got a whole brigade coming down on us here. Wouldn't mind slowing them down a bit by sending my skirmishers out. Maybe we'll get some help. So I wonder, let's see, can we take over the 2nd Connecticut? Only 41 prestige to do that. Don't mind if I do. Could really use the help. I've got 5 regiments coming down at me. So I'm going to bring the 2nd Connecticut up here on the right. Looks like the brigade over to my left is faring pretty well at the moment. Would be nice to see Quinby come up with his brigade and help out, or his division maybe, that is. Alright, we're going to run out of daylight here before long, which is actually kind of unfortunate because I feel pretty good about our position. These Confederate units are pretty winded coming in. Alright, our skirmishers are starting to deal with some issues with ammunition. This 2nd Connecticut's got Whitworth rifles. Those are those really long range ones. You can see they're 600-yard range, 45 caliber. End of day. Darn it. That's actually really disappointing because I like where we are, and you know we're going to get redeployed. We did. We got redeployed way back here. Don't like that at all. Dang it. We were in a good spot. So now we'll have to see what our orders are going to be. But I'm not going to wait. I'm going to start moving. Let's bring the 2nd Connecticut up there too. I'm going to move up to this crossing and see if we can beat the rebels there. Are my skirmishers still up there? I think they might have been. Okay, so it looks like there's some engagement there. I thought about crossing and trying to hit the enemy flank, but it looks like he may be coming to me, which is exactly what I want to see. Let's let him get bottled up here and make him pay for every inch of ground if we can. I'm going to hold 1 unit in reserve, the 2nd Ohio. That way, in case I do have an issue, we'll be okay. He's chickening out. He's going to send everybody over that way, so we are probably going to have to cross, but I want to wait and see what the 39th Western Virginia does. I think it is Western Virginia is how they're naming them, the Confederate units. There is another brigade coming down over there, so it looks like they may be headed my way, so I don't want to get ahead of myself. Alright, these Whitworth rifles are going to have the range to be able to hit him in the flank as he tries to come up here to this crossing. So I think we are in a really good spot. There we go. The 2nd New York State Militia are going to open up on them first. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and move the 2nd Ohio up here to the left. I'm getting a nice amount of prestige right now from this battle. Because we're going to start working our way toward trying to gain a division command. Somebody commented and said, you know, they thought it seemed a little unrealistic how quickly I was advancing, but let me give you a perfect example of where this happened in real life. Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, at the Battle of Chancellorsville in May of 1863, as a lieutenant colonel, second in command of the 20th Maine. Between May and July, and with the Battle of Gettysburg, he's promoted to colonel and given command of the regiment. After the Battle of Gettysburg in July, in that September, he's promoted to command of a brigade. So he goes from second in command of a regiment to command of the regiment to brigade command in just a couple of months. And then a little over a year after that, he's in command of a division. So it definitely did happen that way sometimes. Ulysses S. Grant goes from command of a very small, of a regiment to command of a department and then command of an army within the span of a couple of months. So it absolutely did happen. Meade was in command of I think he goes from command of a brigade to a division to a corps. Well, I know he goes from division to corps to army in less than a year, because he commanded a division at Fredericksburg in December of 1862, and by the following June, he's in command of the Army of the Potomac. All right, I feel pretty good about our spot here. We weren't given any orders by our division commander, so we're basically kind of just doing our own thing. We are taking some casualties, and some of the casualties came because my skirmishers were left in the old position when we were redeployed for the next day, and that really kind of screwed things up. I'm getting low on ammo, though. Ammo continues to be an issue. Connecticut boys can't quite reach the enemy from here. I'm hoping he'll eventually move into position. I don't know if our battery can... Yeah, I guess they can kind of see them from there. Alright, I'm going to move the Connecticut regiment first behind me, and then we're going to move them over to this side. Really in a good position here. I like it a lot. Oh, we just broke them. Perfect. Let's go ahead and move across. The Connecticut infantry is not a part of my brigade, so I have to issue those orders separately. We're going to move across, try to clear things out, and maybe go in and smash into their flank if we can. I do need to keep an eye on these units that I broke in case any of them decide to reform. Alright, how's the army going? Pretty even casualties at the moment. Morale's pretty low on both sides, though. And we're getting super low on ammo, so that's going to limit what I'm able to do to help the rest of the army. Let's go ahead and send... Who's got... Anybody got a decent amount of ammo? No. Only the Connecticut unit has any amount of ammo at all. And they've got 32 rounds with Whitworth rifles. So I'm definitely limited in what I can do. Alright, we'll send the 1st Ohio up a little bit and help them out. I'm going to come up to the edge of the woods. See if we can't start firing into some of these Confederates. I'm not liking the Union position at the moment, though. I'm really concerned they're going to lose this battle because he's holding back half the army. Ugh, so frustrating. Give me command. If you're not going to use the army, I would like to borrow it for a while. Thank goodness. About to take command another one of these units that hasn't done much, like the 21st Ohio. Although it looks like we're starting to do okay here. Alright, 40 prestige to take over the 21st Ohio. Let's get them up there. Help these guys out. Can't really do much with my brigade because they're out of ammo. So I'll have to command some other units in the meantime. Just keep ticking off the other Union commanders because I keep taking over their regiments. But you gotta play the prestige game. Alright, they're gonna deal with this battery. Call in your skirmishers. I want you to fire into this Confederate mess here in the middle. Long range, please. Yeah. Supply issues for the other Union regiments up here as well. Alright, I think we drove off that battery. We did. Let's get up here and help out. I think we're pushing them back. Hoedown Bridge, by the way. What an awesome name for a place to fight. Now the 2nd Connecticut's getting low on ammo. Ammo issues have been a real problem, and there's another fresh brigade coming down, it looks like. And we are not in a good place for helping out. I'm going to move up so I'm a little closer to my brigade. Alright, we're starting to break these guys, so that's going to help. Oh boy. Alright, we're going to send the 21st Ohio over here to help out with the 2nd Connecticut. Oh boy. They just... Wow, I didn't realize we were still on 20 times speed. Alright, that's not going to do. They're getting outflanked by that Confederate Georgian regiment, so we're going to send the 2nd Ohio with all 5 rounds of their ammunition to help out. Okay, this is getting interesting because we've got this whole brigade coming down on us here. Alright, we've got some cavalry coming over to help out. That's good. We might be in a real problem here if we don't start getting some more help from these other regiments back here. 13th New York has been battered. Here we go. We've got a whole fresh brigade coming up to help out. Glad to see that. 2nd Connecticut just broke. Not surprised by that though. Alright, we've got help coming. Nice to see Erasmus Keyes deciding to come up and support the rest of the army a little bit. We got another Georgia regiment coming down on us here. 24% casualties for the enemy, 19% for us. Some of these other Union regiments have just really been hammered in this battle. Thankfully, we have not been. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look at our casualty situation. We've got only 21 killed in the battle, 79 wounded, 40 missing, total 140 casualties, only 7%. We're getting toward the end of the day here. I'm gonna go deal with some of these batteries. Alright, 1st Ohio, pour it into them. I know you're almost out of ammo. Now we got the 79th Georgia coming down. Honestly, if Erasmus Keyes hadn't come up with the balance of his brigade, we would have been in real trouble. First Ohio's in trouble, though, here, because they've got no ammo. Alright, First Connecticut, we need some help. Is that... I don't even have command of that unit. No sense in taking command of them now. We're about to hit the end of the day. Alright, now what's going to happen? We are going to get a little bit of supply. How much, I don't know. We got pulled back again, though. Darn it. Alright, we've lost 209 men now. So we lost some casualties overnight. Alright. Our army pulled out of the Battle of Charlottesville. We gained a nice amount of prestige, but in the end, 5,700 casualties for the army. Mostly Daniel Tyler's division, but there were other units there for sure. Tough defeat, but we're going to have to keep building that prestige and get ourselves to the place where we can take command and start turning these defeats into victories. All right, so I'm going to spend 500 prestige to increase the experience of the infantry units under my command and my fame by 10, which would be half a star. I've also recruited another infantry regiment to join my brigade. I'm trying to ramp up because it takes like 3,000 prestige in order to take division command. So that like 700 at a time is just not going to cut it for me. I want to get on the fast track here, and the best way to do that is to get some fresh units because a couple of my units down to 350, 400 men. And it looks like the 18th Maryland Battery's got a new commander, so I don't know what happened to the old one, if he was killed or what happened there. But we've got the 59th Ohio, 4 days away, under John Gibbon, who is a North Carolinian who commanded the Iron Brigade for a while before rising up. And then we've got Lieutenant Colonel James Gavin and the 16th Indiana on the way. You have increased your knowledge about infantry tactics and maneuvers. This helps you to increase the experience of your infantrymen. Hoping we can start getting some perks for my units pretty soon. We're stationed at Harrisonburg at the moment. I sent the 2nd New York State Militia to get refit because they were at like 300 men. They're already back up to 600, but it's going to take another 46 days. I just figured with it being in winter, we might not see a lot of action anyway, so that shouldn't be a huge deal. Looks like some of my other units are starting to get built back up a little bit, so we're at the place where we're looking at about 3,600 men under our command once all is said and done. All right, it's February 1863. I used some prestige to tell General Tyler to get our division on the move, and let's get into some action because we've got Union units all over the place. We are now stationed in Winchester. I'm trying to force some action here now that I've got my full brigade ready to go. We're going to get nearly 4,000 men into action for our brigade if we can get them moving. Our readiness is just in the toilet at the moment. So siege combat, no siege. We're going to fight. So all we need to do is click on this thing. Oh, it's not going to give me the option to actually assault. Our readiness is too low. So I convinced us to go into combat against 49,000 men where we have no readiness, so I can't even fight. That's frustrating. Okay, so we're going to spend $250 to give an epic speech, which is going to increase our prestige, which is at 426 right now. Problem is our division can't move because it's got the worst readiness of any division in the Army at the moment. It's not even into the orange yet, and most of the other units are in green. So we are stuck in Winchester for the foreseeable future, and that really limits my prospects at the moment. As you thought it would be, the speech delivered by your friend, an inspiring orator, has the people talking and talking about the right thing. Your prestige has increased 1,500 prestige now. So we got 1,000 for that. We're still kind of stuck here, though. There's not a lot we can do in the meantime, and I think we need about 3,000 to 4,000 prestige in order to be able to get the command of a division that we so desire. Let's see. Yeah, 4,000 now is what it's asking for. So not happening anytime soon, especially not if we don't get into a battle. Oh, the Confederates are coming for us. We might get our battle after all. Looks like we should be engaged. I think we might have to go in and demand that we actually fight this out, because right now it's not giving us that option. All right, so I have wasted a bunch of prestige because I keep using about 150 prestige to convince General Tyler to move the division. Then as soon as he gets near the Confederates, he pulls back and the prestige gets wasted. I don't know why I did it twice more, thinking that the outcome would be different. But Tyler's literally hiding all the way behind all these other Union forces. I can't get into any kind of combat. I've tried having him move over this way. I've tried to have him move down there. He will not move to get closer to the rebels. So we're stuck here without the ability to fight. The readiness at least is almost up into the green. But just can't do anything at the moment. We're into June of 1863 now. So we finally got the division to move, and we are engaged in battle at Winchester. Federal morale is poor, 37 compared to 63 for the Confederates. So we're going to have our work cut out for us, and I'm hoping we're going to get some reinforcements in this fight, because I feel like the Confederates have some on the way. Let's take a look at the strength report. Yeah, they've got 37,000, almost 41,000 men total once everybody gets here. We do not have any kind of reinforcements on the way, so we are very quickly going to be overwhelmed. So I feel like this might be a losing fight, so it might just be a chance to gain some prestige and then get the heck out of here. All right, so we were ordered to march all the way up here to the objective, and we ran into them right in the middle of town. It's actually good news though, because that means that he doesn't have time to bring up his full force on me. Looks like 2nd New York State Militia is in the lead. Hopefully we get a chance to see our new units get into the action, although they appear to be all the way in the back. Here's the 59th Ohio back here. We've got to try and spread these guys out somehow. It's going to be interesting. Little urban combat here. And then we've got the 16th Indiana coming up as well. So we'll just try to hold the line the best we can. Hopefully we can gain some nice prestige. Of course, I lost 500 just trying to get into some combat. No. Let's move the 59th Ohio straight forward. Get them into some combat early. Don't like being all bunched up like this at all, and we're still waiting on a good bit of our brigade to come up. They're taking a lot of casualties early. Come on guys, we gotta get spread out here. There we go, we got the 59th Ohio moving now to get into a better position. They did take some losses marching across there, but that's okay. I want to target that battery if I can. Welcome to your first action, boys. I'm marching you right up into a battery. We're going to try and take that battery out. Thanks for that feedback, General Tyler. Yeah, their cohesion's failing. That's not a great start. Especially for their first combat. I just want to neutralize that battery. Come on, Gibbon. Ah, they broke. I was afraid of that. Only lost 61 men, but it was their first combat. Let's try to rally them as best we can. Not a great start. We did gain a nice amount of prestige, though, for casualties inflicted. Oh, what are you doing? Get your battery up there and start firing. I'm hoping that the rest of our forces are going to get up here soon. Alright, now what's he doing? 7th Virginia just charged into us. Hopefully that has about the same effect that ours did. Alright, come on, Indiana boys. You gotta hold. You've only lost 25 men and you're already wavering. Oh man, the 59th Ohio is running all the way back here. Alright, we broke the 7th Virginia. That's good. Now let's try to steady the line here as best we can. I'm gonna move the headquarters back over here. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. I just screwed up the whole thing because my brigade commander wouldn't move. Oh, this is a mess. This is a real huge mess that I don't think I can fix while I'm in the face of the enemy like this. Darn it. Yeah, I screwed that up big time. Although it might not be the worst thing in the world with a North Carolina cavalry unit coming down the line and the 4th Alabama coming down over here. Maybe we do need to pull back. I'm going to find a spot to pull back, like right here. Well, that mistake cost me big time. That little mistake with issuing orders. My brigade has lost 900 men of the 4,000. I've lost almost 25%. This is the worst battle I've experienced. 2nd New York State Militia has lost 267 men. 1st Ohio lost 85 men. 2nd Ohio is down to just 389 men. They lost 258. 16th Indiana lost 151. And the 59th Ohio lost 77. Absolute mess. So we are back in the back of the line now. It is day 2 of this battle where we are outnumbered 42,000 to just 14,000. I feel like the better part of wisdom would be for our commanding general to just pull us the heck out of here. But I don't know if that's actually going to happen. He's actually ordering us to advance. And that is just a huge mistake. So I think maybe I'm going to order my brigade to fall back and see if we can get out of here and maybe trigger a retreat. All right, massive Confederate force is overrunning our Union forces here. We're going to try to hold the line at the fence for as long as we can, but I don't expect that will be very long. I'm just hoping we can maybe inflict a few casualties before it's all said and done. All right, he's going to strike me over here on my right side. Probably first, but he's going to hit the whole line. And we're just going to hang on for as long as we can, try to inflict some casualties, maybe earn a little prestige in the process. But there's really no chance of winning this battle. You can see our army's lost 22% already, 3,000 men. He's lost a similar amount of men, but it's only 7% of his army. Our morale is much lower than his. We're just going to try to do the best we can here. We have a little bit of help from the 69th and 79th New York on our right. At the moment, our left is not doing anything. And I appear to have lost the ability to control my men, actually. I'm right there, but it's not letting me actually do anything with any of the units. Alright, I had to save and close out of the game and reload the battle, and now it seems to be working okay. So we're going to send some skirmishers forward to try and deal with that artillery. And then we're just going to try to hang on. 59th Ohio has muskets, so they don't really have a lot of range there. Same with the 16th Indiana. Those are our new units. That is a massive Confederate force coming our way. Good night. The 2nd Ohio in reserve, but they are just shattered already. 21st Ohio over here is unstable. I could take control of them, but I don't know how long they'd last. And I don't think any of it matters anyway. Let's see how long we can hang on. How many casualties we can inflict in the meantime. Oh boy. They're actually going to hit my right flank where I'm not even in command. That's a different brigade over there. Let's try to take as many of them with us. How long can we last? It's only 8 a.m. I'm going to call the skirmishers back in. New York State Militia is going to probably break before too long. Oh yeah, he's up close to us now. Trying to hold behind this fence as long as I can. Ooh. The computer does not like this. There's too many Confederate units on the field facing me at one time. Let's back up. Maybe it'll perform a little better. Wow. That is the most number of regiments I've ever seen in front of me at one time. Alright, the battle's about to be over here in a second. We're not going to get a chance to really do too much. The entire brigade broke, the entire line broke, except the 2nd New York State Militia, who held through all of that against the onslaught by Stonewall Jackson's men. We ended up gaining 800 prestige altogether in that battle. Considering how badly it went early on, that's not bad. But we're going to go ahead and wrap it up right there. I think we will probably start getting enough prestige. If we can get enough combat, next episode I should be able to get to division command, but we'll see. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.